Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and this is my final video for Eurovision 2022. In this video there are cuts of two different days. Yesterday, before the final, I filmed my reviews of semi-final 1 and 2 and I explained why and everything there, so I will be able to cut to it later in the video, so don't mind the different lighting settings and me looking different. So first things first, Eurovision has been always a political competition. We all know it, we remember many different years when this occurred, but this year Eurovision there was like no song contest in my opinion, it was just political. And this is not how Eurovision should be in my opinion, and that's why most of the time I reach out to the songs that don't even make it to the final, or the songs that are not ranked very high. I still have my preferences and I remember those entries throughout my life. I really didn't like many countries using different flags and different things for the Eurovision. In my opinion, this is taking competition to another league. It doesn't become a song competition, it becomes something completely different. In some ways, this year's Eurovision was trapped on this topic. I think the Eurovision, they knew that this is how Eurovision is gonna go, and I'm not talking about the winner, I'm talking in general that there will be a lot of politics involved this year. I knew it, they couldn't avoid it in any way, at least at the moment when they realized it. Originally they were going for it and they hoped the situation will get resolved by the time Eurovision starts. Eurovision did a very interesting announcement where they said that all the countries who did something political on the stage are not going to be disqualified, and they don't consider those expressions of the countries as political but as humanitarian, which I do think is correct of them to do, because there's no other way, no other choice for them really to manage the situation and the angry comments everywhere online. In my opinion, at the point when Eurovision happened, there was nothing else that could have been done, so everything went the way it was supposed to. I still want Eurovision to be about the music, but there's like no way it would be like that this year. There were no surprises. We didn't see Norway taking off their masks and show who they are. We didn't see Mahmoud and Blanco kissing, which fans for some reason thought would happen. I didn't. And there were like no surprises overall, nothing really happened. It was quite boring until the Ukraine performance, when they did kind of agitation for helping the country. Nobody spoke about anything else. It was all around the news. My Telegram lit up and like all the chats, all the channels, all the news outlets were talking just about that, which is fair considering the situation there, but unfair to all the talented people who also wanted to get some attention from this competition, put a lot of work into it. In this sense, is unfair if we like completely disregard what is going on in the country, which we can't, and they are participants of the competition. Again, that's why I don't have a problem with it. At the end, kind of this whole year, Eurovision could be described as supporting Ukraine, and it always been like this. The questions they were getting versus other contestants were very different in my opinion. I noticed it. All the competitors of Ukraine had no other opportunity to shine. Only if a person who watched Eurovision chose to watch it because they like the songs or they want to learn about music from different countries, then those competitors had a chance to gain new fan base, which like I became a fan of many of the singers this year. But competition wise it was not working. And now let's just move on to my semifinals part. If you're not interested in semifinals, I will put chapters and you can just go all the way towards the final one. And traveling back in time, well, I'm actually filming right now on the day when the finals are, so I'm getting ready for the finals, which basically means I have to double check if I have enough ice cream for the whole finals, because today in Italy is about like plus 28 degrees. I wanted to film actually 3 additional videos after each, like after semifinal 1, after semifinal 2 and after the final, but I got extremely sick right after the first semifinal. I woke up completely dead and I lost my voice by the time of the second semifinal. So I was making notes and of course I was checking everything, but I was not able to do 3 separate videos, so I'm going to do one big one this time. But I'm gonna try to keep it short. First reaction to the first 2 semifinals is all my favorites are out. Well, not all of them, but many of them. This year I did 2 sets of rankings. I did one in the first one when I was filming the video for YouTube, and then I'm doing second ranking when I watch the show. I'm doing it live on the My Eurovision app. I noticed I don't do many changes, but something tells me to change my mind on some acts, so I will be letting you know if I change my mind while watching the live show. So let's start with the semi-final one. Original top 10 that I published on the YouTube, and I have a video about that, is Austria, Norway, Ukraine, Albania, Switzerland, Lithuania, Croatia, Netherlands, Armenia, Greece. I got 3 wrong, which are Austria, Albania and Croatia. They didn't make it. The only difference from my YouTube ranking to my watching live ranking is I swapped Armenia with Moldova, and I did Moldova as my top 10. So at the end I still had 3 wrong because both Armenia and Moldova went through, but something told me to do that when I was watching it. So the lost entries. Austria. Unfortunately, my suspicions were correct and the song didn't do very well live. I could feel the struggle, you know. I love the song, like everyone did. It sounded incredible, but it was sang in such bad way that there was like no way it was gonna go to the finals. I know the singers go through all the parties, they do a lot of rehearsals and jury show and family show and whatever show. So their voices tend to go down, and that's where you really see the professional singers who were able to keep their voice. But unfortunately, Austria never really showed greatness during all of them. And please, don't take it negatively. Austria wasn't my top 10, and kind reminder, Austria was my number 1 choice in the first semi-final. Albania. Albania was robbed. Justice for Albania, justice for Ronella. She deserved to go to the final. Not only she was in my top ranking, I also put her in top ranking for the finale, which now doesn't make any sense. I feel like she was robbed, the country was robbed, Eurovision was robbed, all the viewers of the ones who watched just the final were robbed. I was robbed. It's really unfair. I want to note some negatives that were valid for me in this performance. So most importantly is the choreography. I absolutely didn't enjoy the choreography for the show of Ronella. I really loved all of her pre-parties where she was alone and she was moving in the way that is natural to her. She knows how to do those moves as well. This choreography seemed like a big stretch for me. I didn't want to see it. I don't care. I just wish that she did her thing, the dancers did their thing, and then maybe they would get together for like one dance break, you know, together. This would make total sense to me. I really thought the song would end up in top 3 or top 5 of the whole Eurovision, not just like first semi-final. To me, they were definitely going to the finale. I also voted for them, even I didn't like the choreography. I was like, still, it's gonna be good, she's gonna get into it. I don't know, I thought they're gonna go to finale. And I'm not even done here. Like, I can make a whole video just talking about Albania. I read a lot online about how she was too erotic, too sexy, and how this is not what jury liked, and that's a family show, she shouldn't have been dressed like this, shouldn't have danced in this way. And I'm like, sorry. At the same time, it's the same people who think that Latvia was good, like good to go to finale, you know? In my opinion, I would rather watch Ronella express herself being sexual rather than Latvia's lyrics, you know, about eating your salad and disguising somebody else's meat. Like, I don't want to listen to Latvia song ever again in my life, but Ronella I will listen for many years coming. With this like Albania Latvia thing that I've noticed, I see double standard and I don't like it, I don't appreciate it. Justice for Ronella. Croatia. I find the song cute still. I can sing it at any given moment. You ask me what's Croatia song, I will give it to you. I know the lyrics, but what the f was this choreography, scenography, outfit, everything? It's like she was completely forgotten, nobody cared what she's gonna do, and nobody tried their best. I don't understand the outfit, I don't understand the dress, the boots. Not like I don't understand boots being worn with dresses. There are cute ways to do it, there are brands who made a career on this. There's like brand like Cecil Benson, for example, who is doing those girly dresses with like military boots. I don't like her hair. I don't know why they did that. Was it a wig? I think it was a wig. The staging was so boring. It was exactly the same as her nationals, which I didn't like. I'm just like, whatever. I still kept it in my top 10 though. I was like, well, the song, like, I was singing along to it and I was like, well, people will get the song. No, they didn't, and they didn't vote for it. So the entries I didn't see going to the finale, but they did anyway. Iceland and Portugal. Both are very nice. Please don't be mad at me for like the fans of Portugal's entry and Iceland's entry, but those songs are boring to me. I don't want to see them. I use them as my bathroom breaks most of the time because they're always the same. There's nothing interesting. I don't listen to this type of music, so for me it's not my vibe. The things I like about both of those entries is Iceland is doing this activist thing where they speak about very important problem, which is the trans problem. Apparently the child of one of them is trans and that's why they're doing it, and I really appreciate it, but it's not connected to the contest in any way. Same goes for Portugal. I don't like the song, I don't like anything about it, but I really love the energy of the girl, and I wish I was like, I would love to think that when I'm entering the room, I'm giving people the same type of vibe and energy, you know? It's very positive, it's very calm, I really like her. Then I have the two 50-50s. I swapped Armenia with Moldova, but I can't explain why. I don't know. It was like a thing in the moment. I watched Moldova, they were so great, they were doing all of this like maybe it's all those boring songs before, like, but when they started singing, and I was super hyped. Out of the blue I learned Romanian and I just went with it. Armenia gave a very good performance. Kind of the staging, the vocals, everything. I just thought it was like too nice, too clean, and people wouldn't reach out to it, but they did, and I'm very happy for them. Then something I want to note is for the first and semi-final, this is me filming from the next day, they released the first semi-final and second semi-final votes, and I just wanted to say some things, like Switzerland, for example, for sure got through only by the jury. Televoting gave them only 11 points and jury gave them 107. Moldova instead got 135 from televoting and jury gave them only 19. So you can see here how the votes can be affected by jury and televoting in the semifinals. For the rest, to be honest, like Secret, Albania, Guilty Pleasure, Croatia, all got kind of medium points, so I still think it wouldn't affect top 10 too much. Moving on to semifinal number 2. So my regional top 10 is Australia, Israel, Belgium, Ireland, Finland, Czech Republic, Sweden, Poland, Serbia and Romania. I got 2 wrong, which are Israel and Ireland, and they didn't make it. The only change I did during watching the live performances is I swapped Poland with Azerbaijan, so I still ended up with the 2 wrong because both Poland and Azerbaijan made it through. The lost entries. Israel. If you already were familiar with the song and you liked it, then I'm sure you would say that Michael did very well, and I do think that he did very well. I absolutely loved it. But while watching the live and seeing how the family reacts to it, I understood that it wasn't everybody's cup of tea, meaning that there was no moment in the song that somebody could grab onto. There's nothing that you will remember because the song is changing at such quick phase. Nothing repeats itself. The only things that are repeating are the high notes. You would never sing along to the high notes. So you're kind of left with this, like, you're watching somebody showing all of their talents, but you take nothing, like he gives you nothing at the end, because you can't understand which part is the repetitive part. Basically, it's not a hit song, that's what I'm trying to say. However, please don't hate me for saying those things. I saw that he got a lot of hate for the way he behaves, and honestly speaking, I'm not there, I don't know how he behaves, and to be honest, I don't care. It's a competition, you do your best, and if somebody doesn't like it, it rubs them wrong, is their problem, you know, they have to concentrate on their things and you on your thing. So I will not be talking about that. Ireland. Hey, stupid, that's right. Then it's coming from you. Personally, I think it was Brooke's best live. I rewatched it so many times and I absolutely love her. I pre-saved her new song, like everything. I'm a Brooke fan. And she already said it herself, she couldn't do any better, and I totally agree, she did incredibly well. It's just that the second semi-final was very strong semi-final, in my opinion. If she was maybe in the first semi-final, she would go through the finals. Anyway, justice for Michael and Brooke. So the only entries I didn't see at all going to the final is Estonia. OMG. First of all, I was very happy for him actually. I really enjoyed his performance. He didn't make it to my top 10, but he was number 11 actually on my Eurovision app. He did lose guitar as I predicted, because I have this feeling that he is classically trained with the guitar, and that's why when he holds it, he's like very stiff and like, I don't know, he has this like vibe that is not really performance vibe, like not modern performance. And then when he lost it, he did it I think in Romania. I spoke about it in another video. I noticed how live and charismatic he is, and I don't think he should ever perform with the guitar, to be honest. I think he should just go as he is. It seemed like he had fun, I had fun watching him, he sang everything well. And when they called Estonia, I was incredibly happy. The 50-50 ones this time is the ones I chose in the first time and then the second time. It's Poland, and then I switched it to Azerbaijan. The only reason is, well, first reason is Azerbaijan did very well. I told you in the previous video that I didn't want to place him in the top 10 because I haven't heard him live until that point, and he was supposed to have this highest note of the whole year. So I was waiting to see it. I finally saw it only on the stage, and I was super happy, like super pleased. He's cute, I love the performance, I like the choreography, and he managed to sing everything, and it was great. Why I swapped him with Poland, it's for very malicious reason, is because to me Poland is like Switzerland of last year, where, you know, it's like self-absorbed person. I really love when he sings, but when he speaks, gives interviews, or they ask him any question, he makes this face and I just can't stomach it. So I didn't judge him based on the performance, which was great by the way. I judged him because I just can't with him, you know. I'm sorry, Poland. I love Poland. Also last year I even sent an SMS for Poland. But this year I will not. Even though I love the song, I just don't know, something about him rubs me wrong ways. The ones who made it, from my prediction, I am super proud about Australia, Finland, Sweden and Serbia. I cannot say much there, I'm just like, they did what I was hoping for, you know? But I have some comments for some acts from the ones who made it. Starting with Belgium. I never hate you, never change you. I am here to give the first negative comment to Belgium. I was praising him all of my videos, but now it's the time, sweetie. It seemed lazy and the outfits are boring. I didn't even think he would go to the final with this type of performance. It was like, meh, meh. And then these outfits were like grey, nothing special, not enough charisma. I don't know, maybe something with the voice. I don't know what happened. Fix it. You were so good right until this moment for me. At this when they named him the first, I was super happy because I love the song. I listen to it every day. I'm waiting for whatever song he will come out next with. But he has to do better, and I hope he will. And I'm assuming he will, because people from his team should tell him, hey, this wasn't the best. Czech Republic. Where are you now when I miss you? You're sailing around. They did everything great. I was super worried for the high notes. I just wanted to speak about them separately because they did so well, and I am so happy. They closed the show. It was incredible. I was so hyped. Wow, it's so warm. Melting. Oh. Happy for Czech Republic. Hope they will do the same in the grand final. Romania. He is getting some hate because they say he took somebody else's place. Many people didn't place him in their top 10s. I did. I loved it. I sing it. La 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 la. People say the song is about nothing, or you cannot name the song in this way. It's useless. And I'm like, it's a song competition, like it's a vibe. That's why there's dancers, that's why there's those outfits. It's this dreamy sound. I don't want this lyrics of song of this caliber to be connected deeply to something, you know. I just want to enjoy the vibe, and this did it for me. As they released the final votes for second semi-final, I wanted to highlight that in this semi-final there was no Ukraine, which was a natural leader of the Eurovision in general, and the votes were much more fun here and much more Eurovision-like, just because they were not in the second semi-final, and probably really showcased real Eurovision much better. Sweden was like a biggest leader of that one. Australia was second. Jury voted it quite high and then quite low in the finale. I don't get it. Serbia was very high as well. Czech Republic got incredible medium votes and they were fourth. And in general, the whole voting of the second semi-final seemed super natural, super great. Romania got through by televoting. They actually got a lot of votes, which is great. Belgium instead got through by jury, which I didn't expect. I thought people were liking it same as me, but he had kind of medium points from televoting too. Azerbaijan had 0 votes from tele. He only pulled through by the jury points. And now to the final show. In my opinion, the competition this year was very strong. This could explain why so many countries got such high points. Good points. From televoting we have Ukraine, Moldova, Spain, Serbia and UK, which I find very interesting mix. I find it very interesting how Moldova was so good, like they really helped this competition in some ways. From jury, the top ones were UK, Sweden, Spain, Ukraine and Portugal. And then the countries who received lowest points are Switzerland, Australia, Azerbaijan, Belgium, Czech Republic. I do not know why Australia and Belgium got such low points from televoting. They were one of my favorites. From jury, Germany, France, Iceland, Finland and Romania received the lowest points. Biggest difference between jury and televoting. Portugal from jury received 171 points, from public only 36 points, which I found to be correct. I almost fell asleep while watching it. Norway received 36 from jury, why? And 146 from the televoting, which is great. Ukraine got, of course, high points in both. They got 192 points in jury and 439 by televoting, which was like all-time biggest score. Moldova from jury received 14 points, from televoting 239, which is incredible and I'm very happy for them. Australia from jury received 123 points, from televoting 2 points. So people really didn't like it and I absolutely loved it. Serbia from jury received 87 points and from public 225 points, which is same as Moldova. Very good results. On top of all, Eurovision removed 6 results from countries which they said they can't reach connection with. And now, while I'm filming it, a lot of news coming out from those countries saying that they didn't want to vote for UK, or they didn't want to vote in this way. They actually voted for Ukraine, or Ukrainian actually said that they don't know how Poland got 0 points from them. There's a lot of things coming out, and I think from organization point of view, this year's Eurovision might be the most scandalous. So Azerbaijan, Georgia, Montenegro, Poland, Romania and San Marino were removed. And to be honest, I'm not okay with it. If they kept Cyprus giving to Greece 10 points, I don't understand why they would remove other 6. No matter what they decide to do, you give an opportunity for people to give the votes that you think are correct. So I think no matter what they would be, I don't think the winner would change. I still think they should have kept their original jury points. I also found it weird that Romania and Moldova gave 0 points to each other, considering they share the language, and Moldova got so many points from televoting. Now let's talk about my top 10. So I did, as always, 2 ranking, same as in the first and second semi-final. I did the ranking for the video where I kind of played as if I'm hosting the first and second semi-final. So my top 10 originally is very different from the one when I watched during the live show, which is my second one. So in the original I had Australia, Israel, Spain, Albania, Belgium, Ukraine, France, Norway, Lithuania, UK. And I got 6 of them wrong. Some of them didn't even go to the final. So moving on, while watching the show, I gave my votes again. And I structured it in this way: Australia, Serbia, Spain, Sweden, Belgium, Ukraine, Czech, Norway, Lithuania, UK. Also, none of those are in any type of ranking. I just put them randomly in my Excel sheet here in front of me. So I got 4 wrong. Australia, Belgium, Czech Republic and Lithuania didn't make it to the top 10 of the Eurovision this year. Instead, you already know who went through, so there's no surprise, there's nothing that you don't know yet, and instead many more news are coming out as I'm speaking. I just want to give some type of feedbacks on performances that I noted. Moldova. You know what, I had this kind of feeling when I was watching it. They were put between the ballads, which was great because I really woke up. But also they had this Verka Serduchka factor to them, which was Ukrainian entry some years ago. It was so fun. It just made you feel incredible watching them, happy, you could dance. And hey ho, everyone can understand in any language. That was such a good idea on their part. Spain. Chanel, she was incredible. I will remember her for the rest of my life for sure. Such a great performance. United Kingdom, not liked by some, but for me was very good. I absolutely adore him and his girlfriend. They are so pretty, but not for this reason. I loved how he sing. If anything, he got a new fan, and it's me. So I hope he's happy for that. Czech Republic. So underrated in my opinion. They were an opening act this time, and the second semi-final they were the closing act. They did very well in my opinion, and I think if not for the current situation in the world, they would have gotten much higher. Australia and Belgium, I ranked them quite low. For me, they still keeping them in top 10, but like on the bottom of it. Why? Because the guys were kind of boring on the final. They didn't captivate me, and I think if it was not interesting for me who loved them, for other people it wasn't even like a worthy material to watch. Finland, I was praying for Backtrack to start playing because from the beginning it wasn't very good. They kind of got to it later on. France, Italy and Germany, putting them in one group, they sounded bad. Germany didn't sound bad. Germany was boring, but he wasn't my favorite, so I put him there. France, the girls didn't sound well in my opinion. The guy sounded incredible, kudos to him. Italy, Mahmoud sounded great, Blanco didn't, and he moved weird and everything was weird. The costumes were boring, the staging wasn't fun. I did not like Italian performance, and I'm sorry for saying it. I'm from Italy and I should be screaming Italy for the win, but I don't think so. I'm sorry. Iceland and Portugal are my 2 lullabies. I don't like both of those entries for one simple reason: that it's too boring, it's not interesting to watch. I'm not in the vibe for this music, I don't listen to it, and so I didn't rank them, I didn't place them anywhere, and they're just there, and I'm just grateful I didn't fall asleep. If someone has a problem with this opinion, I'm sorry, please don't hate me, it's just not my thing. So final words for this year would be: will I stop watching Eurovision because it's too political? No, I won't. I actually enjoy it. It's a little bit difficult this year because of the situation is and how much we are affected by what's happening in the world. At the same time, it would be nice to see what the changes Eurovision will do for the next year based on this year. I don't think it was great. The only ones who blame here is definitely Eurovision. I don't blame Ukraine for participating, don't blame, of course, the artist or any artist for speaking their mind or participating. Whatever works, whatever puts you in the news, that's how the show business works in general, if you know what I mean. But can it be really always correct? You know what I mean? It seems like the jury and the televoting are always separated, they don't agree on anything, it's kind of black and white votes, so maybe just use one of them at the end, like who cares, let the people speak, you know. Again, I'm not trying to change the winner, it wouldn't be changed in this way, but it's only for the realisticality of this. Also, I live in Italy, it was hosted in Italy. I did my votes for Spain and UK actually, because they said we have 20 votes, they kept on saying it, but actually Italy only accepted 5 votes, so I couldn't vote for all others of my favorites this season. Something about this is not correct as well, but I don't know how to fix it, and I don't know why they kept saying 20 votes, but I was only given 5 through the app. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you reached this point, thank you so much. Please don't forget to click like, subscribe and leave a comment. I would really like to know what are your thoughts on this year's Eurovision. I hope to see you on the next one. Bye bye.